Hello there. It's been a very, very long day. So I thought we'd take a look at what the yard looks like now that the pots are back out. I did do my father's as well today, but his electricity still isn't on. And I still haven't watered in his garden. But let's take a look. So as I said earlier, this one was cut back in June after Tropical Storm Alex. So we haven't done anything yet. We're just going to see what comes back, and we might take off little bits and pieces that are broken, like this and this right here. So we'll keep an eye out for that. These pieces, I've put some cuttings because I've cut back the lantana. So this one right here is a white, and this one right here is a purple, and then we have a red over here. So we'll see if we can fill out that pot with other colors. All of this has been cut down. I'm contemplating cutting back this red lantana as well, but that one seems to flush out pretty well. We do have down there a Luna hibiscus and chrysanthemum, so we'll see what happens with those. And then we have two coleus that were blown to death, one there and one there, so we'll see what happens. And then some portulaca that might catch on. And then we have some geranium here, and the pentas got blown to smithereens. Here you can see there's a coleus in the back, and then this is the hibiscus rose at the front. That whole section right there got broken off during the storm. And then we have some angelonia in there and lots of portulaca. So we'll see how that does. Here are all the pots back out, and it is nice to be able to put things out and they don't look windburnt, and there are flowers. I mean, look at that, flowers on the zinnias. So we have these ones here, and then we have some here under the bougainvillea hydrangea pots, and aloe. I bought quite a bit of aloe home from my dad because his aloe plant had babies. And then this actually looks great. It was covered in frangipani leaves, and look at the stephanotis. Ah, my goodness, it's amazing. So we got some snapdragon in there, and some we have, let's see, that's that one right there is chrysanthemum. That's an aster over there. And then we have over here, that's all the scabiosa. So I'm quite happy about that. And then the pots up here are actually looking, well, they were dry, so we've worked on that. The tree, not looking too bad. We've had to take out a lot of the top because the top was heavy. And it's, as you see, propped up by a stake that we use to put hanging baskets. So that's where we are right now with that. Lots of coleus, if you've noticed, and we've put a lot of pieces of coleus in pots in July and August, and it looks as if we're probably going to use that coleus now for the garden. The table's back out. The hydrangea, my birthday hydrangea, is still looking wonderful in the corner. See, there's lots of hydrangeas that survived the storm, and now that light's coming through, they may perk up. Again, more coleus in the pot. I put a strawberry plant out here as well. And then again, you can see we have some coleus in here, but we also have some dianthus and a few other things in this particular bed. The herb pot's not looking too bad, so we can add some herbs to that for the fall. This is the leftover parts of the bottom of the hutch, so we do need to break that up and get rid of that, and then some chicken wire that's been used on the hutch to keep the sparrows out. I've put a pink guava over here in the corner because of the fact that it's grown so much, and to add a bit of greenery to the area. And the red leaf hibiscus Looks like I may have to trim that a little bit. We'll see if that comes back. I might take that out completely. Another pot of coleus. I've added a portulaca in there. This little bed looks so sad. Wind burnt to smithereens. So at the front we have the poinsettia. At the back we have an angelonia and then 2 Luna hibiscus. And on the side, looking actually quite nice, here and here are the scabiosa. And I think that's the beautiful pink one. So we'll see how those come back, and I might edit that area. I've been working out front on cutting back the lantana, so I've just made a pile here. But I am trying to get the coleus that were planted in this area. And then over here, we've reattached the grapevine, the herb pot with the carrots and the basil. Not looking great, but the basil's looking amazing. I think I've lost most of the things in this particular pot with the jasmine. Jasmine looks like it was horribly burned. I might cut back a few of those leaves. The fence is broken. So sad. So that's going to have to be fixed. So I can pick it up. But as you can see, the hinge is off down there, so we'll work on that. We put the monstera in the corner, but the coleus is still there, so we'll see if that grows out. And then we've stood back up all the other coleus in this area that blew over. Put a couple of pots out here as well. And down this side of the driveway, I've pulled leaves out, and then I've tried to clean up a few things. So you can see I've cut the tips off of a lot of these plants. And clear it out a couple of areas. This area right here, I've put just a combination of different colors, so we actually get some light colors in this area with the vinca and the coleus and such. And then here it is tied up. We might have to shore it up a little bit more. But we actually had things open today. Look at that. Very nice. On this side, we put these plants back out here. And you'll notice there aren't as many at the moment. Strangely enough, the corns decided to sprout today. So that made my morning. And we put a lot more of the, there were a few strawberry babies growing, so we cut those off to let the plants conserve their energy and just shove them in this pot. We have both the tomato plants. I need to put more soil in this one, but you'll notice that, they all have, they still have their flowers, so I'm trying to leave that so that nothing happens to that. The Rose of Sharon hibiscus is flowering. We'll see if this red leaf hibiscus comes back, but I've attached it to the coleus that had blown over. And then down here, everything just looks just wind burnt to within an inch of its life. And then I've cut back this orangey yellow lantana. But look here. Yeah, we got some roses out today. Again, makes you smile when you see something like that. And then finally the front. So this is the new grow house. And so we have everything out on it. I haven't done anything to the seed trays yet. This area right here, I do have compost that I'll put down once we actually have some annuals in. This area, more coleus, but we do have some of the plants that are coming up. And then over here, it just looks an utter mess. I've cut the coleus in that area all the way back. So we do have some chrysanthemum in there. That's the gibber daisies. Got blown to smithereens. And then this is the black-eyed Susan vine. This herb pot's not looking too bad, so we'll see how that comes back. This area, everything just blew away, so I've cut back the coleus. Then we just put a few things out here. that I might rearrange a little bit. The hydrangea, my oldest one, looking great, as with the shell rose, and then the standing pots, not looking too bad at the moment. And then on this side, we actually have one of those interesting color snapdragons. We lost the squash that was growing. I might put a few more squash seeds in there and see what happens. This pot got blown to smithereens. I totally forgot about it. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. And then the Rose of Sharon got blown, horribly windburned. But we have a flower today. Not bad at all. And then finally, these were somewhat protected, so these coleus don't look as bad as they could. But this little garden, we may have to put some more soil in it and perhaps prop it up with a few annuals. And then the crates for the the crates for the chickens are cleaned out and drying so they can go back down into the basement. So that's how things are looking after the storm. So a lot of good stuff. And then we'll just let everything grow back in until we get into the winter. And this is the shelves up here. So I've watered in everything. Interestingly enough, these are the PG hydrangea seedlings that we transferred during this, waiting for the storm to finish. And yeah. So thanks so much for joining me. And looking forward to better gardening days. Bye.